Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 4. In this occasion, we will explain about cause complex. But before that, I will introduce our group member. The first is me, Awalya Dewina Marjono. The second is Ayu Fara Annajikha. The third is Sabrina Aulia Hidayat. And the last is Inggil Azkarahma. Okay. Cause complex are divided into two types. There are taxis and logico-semantic. Taxis is divided into two types. There are paradoxes and hypotheses. And logico-semantic divided into two types. There are expansion and projection. Expansion divided into three types. There are elaboration, extension, and enhancement. Projection divided into two types. There are locution and idea.
Clause complexes. A clause complex is comprised of two or more clauses logically connected. Clauses can be combined through two logico-semantic relations. It is expansion or projection. And there we have a logico-semantic. Logico-semantic relation is how clauses, either independent or dependent, build on the meaning of the clauses that are related. And then, like what I said before, logico-semantic is divided into two. It is expansion and projection. And here I will explain the expansion first. Expansion is links processes by providing additional information. It involves three types of relationship. It is elaboration, relation of restatement or equivalence. Extension is a relation of addition, and the last is enhancement, option of development. First, we have elaboration. Elaborations means providing detailed information. This involves for relationships. It is specifying in greater detail, restatement, exemplification, and comments. Elaboration are the EI, EG, and namely type. Elaboration is shown through the sign of equals. For example, Ghanaians, EI, people who live in Ghana, are now doing a lot of efforts to stop corruption. The clause in bold is the elaborating one. That clause gives detailed information of the meaning elaborated. In this case, the clause people who live in Ghana elaborates Ghanaians.
B. Extension. This extends the meaning of one clause by adding something new. It involves an, but, and, or type relationship. Example, first, I play French horn and my sister play oboe. The second, I love French horn, but I less trip with saxophone. The third, I could practice this evening, or I could lazily watch TV.
The last type of relationship in expansion is enhancement. So what is enhancement? So enhancement involves the circumstantial relationship where the circumstantial information is coded as a new clause rather than within a clause. So the clause connection is multiplied by, and its enhancement can be temporal, conditional, causal, concessive, spatial, or manner. We will take a look for the example. So we have a lot of example here. The first one is temporal. I go to sleep after I have dinner. The conjunction after here is describe the tempo or the time when I go to sleep. This clauses I go to sleep and I go to sleep after I have dinner. These clauses are stratified. Like the sentence I go to sleep is already meaningful, but after I have dinner here is not meaningful. So that these two clauses are not equal. So the next is I will come to the party if I were invited. The conjunction if indicates the condition. And I didn't come to the party because I was not invited. Because here is the indicates causal, and I come to the party even though I was not invited. The conjunction even though indicates the concessive. The spatial here, I come to the building where the party was being held. The conjunction where is indicates spatial. And the last one is the conjunction by. I come to the party by driving a car. It indicates the manner. So that's about enhancement. In short, an enhancement giving circumstantial information, why, when, how, and something like that. In conclusion, expansion consists of three main options. The first one is elaboration. It is the relation of restatement or equivalence. And the next is extension. It is relation of addition. And the last one is enhancement. It is the relation of development. Projection. As previously explained about the logical semantic system, there are expansion and projection. Where there are three types of expansion, there are elaboration, extension, and enhancement. Now we will discuss about projection, where in the projection there are locution and ideas. But first, what is projection? So projection link clauses by having one process projected to another either by quoting or reporting. Both meanings, ideas, and wording locution can be projected. Projected wording is marked with double quotation marks, and the projected idea is marked with single quotation marks. We can also project preposition, information, or proposal, goods, and services. Projection occurs through mental and verbal processes, and we will discuss it more deeply with the exceeding examples. The first one, we have a mental, the projection of meaning, or we can remember it as ideas. The idea is a projection with a mental process as a projecting process. What is thought, we call such as projection ideas. So the things that related to the process of mind, for example, feel, believe, think, felt, hope, and the others. We have the example here. I think I love Mark. I thought the next concert is in October. You thought that Mark was ambitious. Here we have the word I thought, I think. This explains the mental process. We will discuss the first example here. I think I love Mark. I think is the primary of the projecting clause, and then I love Mark is the secondary or the projected clause. The example above tells that the projecting clause produces a mental process. The projected clause projects the projected clause. Second, we have a verbal, or the projection of wording, or we can remember it as a locution. So locution is a projection with a verbal process as a projecting process. It is something that we can say it. It has something to do with the verbal. So we have the example here. I said I love Mark. Mark said that Nana was ambitious. Lucas said, "You are reading a book." We will discuss the last sentence here. Lucas said, "You are reading a book." So the first one, we have Lucas said. Lucas said is the primary of the projecting clause. And the next, "you are reading a book" is the secondary clause, or we call it as a projected clause. In the example above, the projecting clause is a process of verbal, someone of saying, and the projected clause represent that what Lucas was said, and the projecting clause or Lucas said gives the information about what he is doing directly. It means that there is something that is produced by Lucas and it's follow from what Lucas was said. So the word is said is a verbal process that represents the locution projection clause, which use the double quotation marks. In conclusion, projection over two options, locution and idea. Locution is where what is projected in speech, and idea is where what is projected thought.
Taxis. Taxis is the relationship between the clauses that make up the clause complex. The taxis relationship can be in the form of independent and dependent. Taxis are divided into two parts. There are parataxis and hypotaxis. So first, I will explain about parataxis. Parataxis is a complex clause in which each clause has independent status or is not bound by other clauses. In parataxis, the independent clauses are usually combined using coordinative conjunctions, such as and, but, or, then, either or, neither nor, not only but also, so, and etc. Parataxis clauses are analyzed using the numbers 1, 2, 3, and so on. And then for the example of parataxis, he planned to buy a new house, so he started to save his money. He planned to buy a new house is the first independent clause, so it is marked with the number 1. Then he started to save his money. This is the second independent clause, so it is marked with the number 2. Then the two clauses above are combined with a coordinating conjunction, namely so. Next, we move to hypotaxis. Hypotaxis is a complex clause in which one of the clauses has the status independent and the other clauses are dependent. Hypotaxis used to be known as a complex sentence. The hypotaxis clause uses subordinative conjunction, such as because, although, so that, etc. The hypotaxis clause was analyzed using the Greek alphabet, such as alpha, beta, and so on. Clauses that are independent are marked with alpha. And the next, it is for the example, Nana did not come to the class yesterday because he was sick. Nana did not come is an independent clause, so it is marked with alpha. Then because he was sick, it is an dependent clause. Because this clause is tied to the previous one and it is marked with beta. That's all about the clause complexes material. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.